suite of evil symbol punches.
All right, looks like we are about to get underway here. Now, Athena is going first, which means she does not have access to that first form.
Yep, so if we've seen a lot of unfortunate luck on first forms today, first and second forms, and if Ryan goes for a 3 difficulty card, this Silent Assassin could fail. All right, we've got Damnation. Got our back. Thank you, Tamron Cardwell.
There it is!
The second form!
No!
This is not as bad for Athena as it was for base. Failing your second card, he does still get to have 2 foundations next turn, but he is distraught, it looks like. We see his hands not off the table completely.
He had an 8K in his hand. You should have played that 8K there.
Oh, that's not a Black Justice, is it? Okay. That would have been devastating here.
Man.
I've made that play more than once. My opponent failing their second card and getting Black Justice for their trouble is the best way to start a game of UFS, let me tell you.
Miles is going to get a 4 build here.
All right, we got a 4 build, but these are all effectively... Like, we have 1 Immortal Knowledge that adds 2 damage or -1 damage, but then effectively 3 blanks. Those cards are only helped to pass control checks. And Ryan's hand is flooded with bad cards here. We see him review a duplicate Silent Assassin.
He's got a pair of Revokes in his hand now.
A pair of Revokes, a Slaughterhouse.
At least he
not
gets,
doing
he
much
gets
right
one
now.
foundation. Don't attack here, Ryan fam. You're going to get breaker blocked out of the game.
Please just build. Please play defense. You got to find a way to catch back up. Yeah, get that 4 Mother Russia down. Get those
that's a 20 XX. Get that in play.
Oh, he might be holding 4 Mother Russia to block with, even though it's at the front of his hand. Right,
I'm so mad, Kevin Berger. He had that 8K in his hand last turn. He may have had both those 8Ks in his last turn.
Yeah, on turn 1, you go for conservative
You already
play.
spun the wheel playing that Silent Assassin. And now,
there you go. All right, now Miles is going in. He's got a Slaughterhouse of his own. We've got Ryan does have a Revoke and 4 total cards in his hand. He's got a good chance to defend himself here. And Miles only, this is a 4 base damage attack. It's coming in just printed damage, its own E, and Ryan's going to take it to the face.
Which
I wonder if Miles is going to...
I think you do here.
Oh, absolutely. 6 speed, it's hard to justify blocking that when more stuff can be coming out.
And we're going to follow that up with a Dark Laser.
Yes. Is that a dark? I think that's a Rocket Buster.
Oh, it's a Rocket Buster.
So this is
He's
the benefit.
Strip one of those face downs.
No. Rocket Buster is the big one. This is the 5 difficulty, 4 speed high for 5, stun 1, and it turns itself into a 5 speed high for 7.
He's going to revoke bases Enhance.
Yep.
Which I think you definitely do that.
Absolutely. You'd rather keep that card. Basically, that's discarding Revoke to bases Enhance and getting it out of the game instead of in your card pool. So
yeah, absolutely.
Help you for 1 on the block.
And base is done with that for the turn. Yep. So you get to keep the rest of your cards unless some weird shenanigans
happen, yeah. So this is going to be a 5 speed high attack, starting at 9 damage thanks to bases E and its Slaughterhouse, and then bases response on its Enhance. It's got stun 1, and we're going to have to see if Ryan can pass the check. This is pretty much what Miles was dreaming of. These pair of 5 difficulty attacks really help him. Those three foundations that have no abilities except for passing control checks do a really great job passing control checks when you draw 5 difficulty attacks like this.
Yeah. Hopefully Fam's got a high block in his hand, because
I certainly hope so for his sake. And I hope Miles doesn't have too much more after this, because it's going to be very beefy with that Slaughterhouse. And that Immortal Knowledge waiting in the wings, too. Yep, 4 Mother Russia comes in. Got a 5 check on the block. That's what he was looking for. Although he does have to tap most of his staging area out. He's going to have a hard time blocking the next one.
And Miles is going to bop him now. Miles is trying to decide what attack he's going to play.
Oh, is that the somersault kick? That's devastating here. That's going to pull a card into his card pool and make it impossible for Ryan to block.
He's going to take some damage there.
I think this will be 10 damage all told.
Yeah, this is going to put him down to 5. And there's his face down in his card pool. Kevin Broberg, I don't want to say it's over, but this does not look good for Ryan.
We know he has a Slaughterhouse in his hand. He might just go for the backswing now. If he survives, it's not a done deal that he's gonna survive.
Miles has got another attack in his hand and 3 ready foundations.
Oh, he has a 4th attack?
Yeah.
Good lord. These are the draws that make you a champion. Drawing 4 attacks on turn 2 is a great way to start it out.
Yeah, he's got another orange card there. Miles, I think you go for it here and call this tournament done.
Yeah. 10 damage here next. Well, Ryan's deciding if he's gonna block or what he's gonna do. He might play the Enhance on the year 200X, try to start ripping Miles' hand apart. And keep his draw step between him and the discard. But
that is foolhardy, I think, in this situation. But if you can't block anyhow, you might as well... He's going to eat that 10 damage.
Alright, looks like Miles did not use the Immortal Knowledge on it. preferring to hold it for something later.
Probably his next attack.
Yep. So
he just got to decide which one to play.
You know, if he plays a 4 difficulty here and checks a 3, he'll wish he had used that Immortal Knowledge because he'll have to tap his entire staging area to pass.
Nope. Going defensive.
Play. Yep.
Which is good because he would have checked the 3 there. Miles has
now. There's a possibility now he would play an attack. Now that he's got a guaranteed foundation build, if he checks a 5, he can tap out and kill Ryan.
No, he's got a Silent Assassin that Miles is thinking about playing.
Yep. Sense of Justice on a 5. Checks a 4. That's fine.
Checks a 4. That's fine. Miles has got to deal with that, and then Fam's gonna have to deal with that Sense of Justice now for the rest of the game.
Yep. So that's a good bit of damage reduction on the board, and Ryan's gonna have to have something special happen here to try to get a backswing win, and it's gonna be difficult to defend himself.
He did just pick up a maximal laser.
That's a lot of damage, but
can he pass it?
Yeah, that's all.
And does he have enough? Does he have enough backup to deal 26?
It's not even that much damage. It's only 8. You know what Ryan really needs here is Slaughterhouse into Rain Flush into more gas. Really needs. I think he needs multiple Rain Flushes to try to win the game here, and that's just not coming together.
And he's stuck with a Maximal Laser in his hand that doesn't roll a block.
Yep. Yeah, I mean you can do some wild stuff where you play Maximal Laser, enhance with 8,000 degrees, then pick up 8,000 degrees and drop it back down with Athena. But I think we're pretty much seeing Somersault Kick really putting the screws to Ryan. The huge damage output and destroying his face downs, chipping away at his board.
Now Miles has 1 card in his hand, and Fam does have a Silent Assassin.
Yep, he can put him in no board.
Can he count to 26 through the damage reduction? Yeah. I don't think he can.
It's going to be really hard. He's got to count to probably, like, let's say if you just look at Ryan's hand and see what he can possibly draw, and say he has to have 30 damage. If Sense of Justice is -2, which is, it probably will be. And I don't think Ryan has more than 2 attacks in his hand, so it's just not going to be possible. You know, maybe he can go Slaughterhouse into Maximal Laser into pick up a Rain Flush if that was what he built with that first form, but that's, you know, I don't think that's what it was. And even then, that would be 4 damage, 8 damage from Laser,
12
plus 14 Rain Flush, and
that's a bad start.
Did he check a 3? Yeah. Well, if he's going for the win here and he's really committed to it, Maximal Laser picks up Ready and Committed Foundations the same, so it doesn't matter that much.
He's going to strip his last card, which was caught red-handed.
Yep. Oh, we got 2 more damage from Silent Assassins. This is 6 on the Slaughterhouse.
That's -1, so it's 5 damage.
Yep.
4 damage.
And then Sense of Justice is going to remain ready and come in at the most opportune time. Ryan needs a lot of things to go his way, or he might just be poking. Oh, he's going to cheat something in. Immortal Knowledge. All right, 1 more damage and 1 Ready Foundation, crucially.
So back to 5 damage.
Yep, checks 5. Miles is going to 21. And
that's still a long way to count down.
It might just be a build turn after this for all that just happened, and just hope Miles bricks on his draw step, which can certainly happen. Oh, he has the Rain Flush.
Holy cow, he has the Rain Flush! If he goes, oh, wow!
Alright, so this is 14, and there will actually only be... If Miles wants to use Sense of Justice for its full effect, he has to do it right now.
Before he
multiples it using that Slaughterhouse, because that's the only time there will be 2 safe keywords in his card pool. Nothing else will share 2. So 21, 14, and then 8 more from Maximal Laser. That will do it.
If he passes the Maximal Laser on an 8.
Laser. Yep. No, it's only on a 7. Because there's only the Rain Flush, the multiple copy. The Slaughterhouse will be face down as the multiple copy. Ryan can check a 5 here and win. And if
he's going to Sense of Justice
correct, the perfect time, reduce the most damage.
Bunch it up.
But this doesn't actually change it, because if he checks a 5 on the Maximal Laser, he'll have that 8,000 degrees to commit for the last damage. Alright, Sense of Justice means it's going to deal 5 and then 7 more. So that puts Miles to 9. Yep, Rain Flush, or the Maximal Laser will finish it if he can check a 5.
Whew. But if he whiffs here, it's over.
It's not over, because there's 6 cards for Miles to draw. Those 6 cards might not be attacks. But any attack will pretty much win the game. It's a 5!
It's a 5! Holy
He's got it! He's gonna play. They're gonna play it out, but he's gonna pick up 3. He's gonna add 3 speed, 3 damage. Miles is at 9. He commits the 8,000 degrees.
That is it! It's over! It is over!
Wow!
What an ending! What an ending! What an ending!
Woo!
Had to check a 5 there.
Holy moly!
Wow!
What a thrilling conclusion.
Holy
We thought
cow.
it was over.
I kept calling that for Miles over and over and over.